What if I told you? Imagine opening an old wooden box that has been sitting untouched in your family for generations. Inside, beneath faded papers and forgotten keepsakes, you discover an old silver-colored coin with the date 1794. At first glance, it looks ordinary, but as you wipe away years of dust, the word liberty and the graceful portrait on the front begin to appear. Your heart starts racing because you've heard stories that some early American coins have sold for astonishing amounts. But is every 1794 coin worth a fortune? Could the one in your hand be a priceless piece of American history, or is it simply an old replica? In today's video, we're uncovering the complete story of one of the most legendary coins ever created, the 1794 flowing hair dollar. We'll explore how it was born, why collectors admire it, what makes authentic examples so valuable, and why this single coin continues to fascinate the world more than 2 centuries after it was struck. The story begins shortly after the United States gained its independence. The young nation needed more than a flag and a government, it needed a reliable currency. At that time, people often relied on foreign coins because there were not enough American coins in circulation. Trade was confusing, and everyday business depended on whatever money happened to be available. Leaders wanted a national currency that would represent the country's independence and strengthen its economy. After years of planning, the United States established its own mint, laying the foundation for what would become one of the most respected coin-producing institutions in the world. The dream was simple but ambitious: create coins that symbolized freedom, stability, and the future of a new nation. By 1794, that dream became reality when the first official United States silver dollars were produced. These coins were unlike anything the country had made before. The front displayed Lady Liberty with long, flowing hair, symbolizing youth, hope, and freedom. Rather than wearing a crown, Liberty's natural hair reflected the ideals of a nation that had broken away from monarchy. Around her portrait were stars representing the states that had joined the Union, while the word liberty proudly appeared above her head. On the reverse was an eagle surrounded by a wreath, representing the nation's strength and determination. Although the design appears simple by modern standards, every detail carried deep meaning for a country defining its identity. One of the reasons the 1794 flowing hair dollar is so admired is its incredible rarity. Historical records indicate that only a limited number were struck, and far fewer survived the centuries. Many were heavily used in daily commerce, some were damaged, and others were melted down when silver prices changed or when older coins were replaced by newer designs. Because of this, authentic surviving examples are exceptionally scarce today. When one appears at a major auction, collectors from around the world pay close attention. The excitement isn't just about owning a valuable object, it's about holding one of the earliest silver dollars officially produced by the United States, a tangible connection to the nation's earliest years. Over time, the 1794 flowing hair dollar earned a legendary reputation in the collecting world. Some authenticated examples have sold for extraordinary prices at prestigious auctions, with the finest known specimen bringing more than $10 million, making it one of the most valuable coins ever sold. That record does not mean every coin dated 1794 is worth millions. Value depends on authenticity, rarity, condition, and professional grading. Many pieces seen online or in flea markets are replicas, souvenirs, or later-made copies. That is why collectors never judge a coin's value by the date alone. Instead, they carefully examine the metal, weight, design details, strike quality, and provenance before determining whether it is an authentic treasure or simply an imitation. And that's exactly what we'll explore next as we continue the remarkable story of America's first silver dollar. As the popularity of the 1794 flowing hair dollar has grown over the years, so has the number of replicas, reproductions, and counterfeit pieces. This is one of the biggest reasons collectors are extremely careful before calling any 1794 dollar genuine. A coin may look old, have worn details, and even display the correct date, yet still not be an authentic piece struck by the United States Mint. Experts examine many characteristics before reaching a conclusion. They carefully check the coin's weight, diameter, thickness, edge lettering, silver purity, and even tiny design details that most people would never notice. Modern technology has also become an important tool, allowing specialists to study the metal composition without damaging the coin. Even the smallest difference in lettering, the shape of Liberty's face, the stars, or the eagle can reveal whether a coin is genuine or a later-made copy. This is why professional authentication is considered essential before assigning significant value to any coin that claims to be from 1794. One fascinating detail about the 1794 flowing hair dollar is that genuine examples do not carry a mint mark. Many collectors who are familiar with later American coins expect to find a small letter such as D, S, or CC, but those mint marks were introduced much later as additional U.S. mint facilities opened. In 1794, America's silver dollars were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use mint marks on its coins. This often surprises new collectors, and unfortunately, it also creates confusion because some imitation pieces have fake letters added to make them appear more unusual. Understanding this historical fact can help prevent costly mistakes. The absence of a mint mark is normal for an authentic 1794 flowing hair dollar and reflects the early years of American coin production, when the nation's only mint served the entire country. The condition of a coin plays a tremendous role in determining its value. Two authentic 1794 flowing hair dollars can have dramatically different prices depending on how well they have survived over more than 2 centuries. Coins that circulated for many years often show heavy wear, with Liberty's hair becoming smooth and the eagle's feathers fading into the background. Others may have scratches, cleaning marks, corrosion, or edge damage that reduce collector interest. On the other hand, examples that retained much of their original detail are exceptionally rare and highly sought after. Professional grading services evaluate each coin under strict standards, assigning grades that reflect the amount of wear and the quality of preservation. A higher grade does not change the coin's history, but it can dramatically increase its desirability because well-preserved examples offer a clearer window into the craftsmanship of the early United States Mint. Behind every surviving 1794 flowing hair dollar lies an incredible journey through history. Imagine the number of hands a single coin may have passed through over the last 200 years. It could have been used to purchase food, pay wages, or support a family during the earliest days of the American Republic. It may have traveled by horseback, crossed rivers by boat, or rested inside the pockets of merchants and travelers as the nation expanded westward. Long before modern banks and electronic payments existed, coins like this represented real purchasing power and were trusted throughout the growing country. Every scratch, every worn surface, and every tiny mark tells part of a story that no document can fully capture. For many collectors, that invisible history is just as valuable as the silver itself, transforming the coin into a remarkable witness to America's earliest decades. Although headlines often focus on record-breaking auction prices, the reality is much more nuanced. Authentic 1794 flowing hair dollars can range from very valuable to extraordinarily valuable, depending on their authenticity, preservation, and documented history. Coins with clear ownership records, known as provenance, are especially prized because collectors can trace their journey through time. Some examples have remained in famous collections for decades before appearing at major auctions, where they attract worldwide attention. These exceptional coins have achieved multimillion-dollar prices because they combine rarity, historical importance, outstanding preservation, and proven authenticity. At the same time, many replicas and souvenir pieces exist that have only modest value. Understanding this difference helps collectors appreciate why careful research, expert examination, and patience are essential whenever an old coin appears to be something truly extraordinary. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding the 1794 flowing hair dollar is how many authentic examples still exist today. Historians know that thousands were originally struck, but over more than 230 years, many disappeared forever. Some were lost in fires, others were buried and never recovered, while countless pieces were melted when their silver was considered more valuable than the coin itself. Wars, economic hardships, and changing fashions in coin collecting also contributed to their disappearance. As each decade passes, surviving examples become even more important because they represent a shrinking link to America's earliest history. When collectors have the opportunity to study one, they are not simply looking at an old coin. They are examining an artifact that has survived revolutions in technology, transportation, and finance, while remaining recognizable as one of the first official silver dollars of the United States. The craftsmanship of the 1794 flowing hair dollar reflects both the ambition and the challenges of a young nation. The equipment available to the Philadelphia Mint was far less advanced than the precision machinery used today. Every coin required careful preparation of the dies, and each strike depended on human skill and physical effort. Because of these limitations, authentic coins often display small differences from one another. Some show slightly uneven strikes, while others reveal areas where the design is softer than expected. Rather than reducing their appeal, these characteristics make each genuine coin unique. Collectors appreciate these tiny variations because they provide clues about the minting process and remind us that every surviving dollar was created by skilled workers using the best technology available in the late 18th century. Many people wonder whether finding a coin with the date 1794 automatically means they have discovered a life-changing treasure. The answer is more complicated than a simple yes or no. The date alone is never enough to determine value. The metal, weight, design accuracy, edge lettering, and overall quality must all be examined carefully before any conclusions can be made. Genuine examples are extraordinarily rare, while replicas have been produced for decades for educational displays, souvenirs, and collectors who simply enjoy owning a reproduction. That is why experienced numismatists encourage owners of unusual coins to seek professional authentication before making assumptions about value. A careful examination can separate a historic rarity from a modern copy and provide a reliable understanding of what the coin truly is. The remarkable prices achieved by the finest authenticated 1794 flowing hair dollars are not based on silver content alone. Their true value comes from a combination of historical importance, rarity, collector demand, documented ownership, and exceptional preservation. When an elite example appears at a major auction, museums, advanced collectors, and investors often compete for the opportunity to own it. This intense competition can drive prices to astonishing levels, but such results are reserved for a tiny number of extraordinary coins. Most authentic examples are still highly valuable, yet they do not all reach record-breaking figures. Understanding this difference helps collectors appreciate why every coin must be judged individually rather than assuming that a single auction headline represents the value of every piece with the same date. Perhaps the greatest legacy of the 1794 flowing hair dollar is what it represents beyond its monetary value. It symbolizes the beginning of a national identity expressed through American coinage. Every detail, from the portrait of liberty to the eagle on the reverse, reflects the hopes of a young republic determined to establish itself among the nations of the world. More than 2 centuries later, this coin continues to inspire historians, collectors, and ordinary people who are fascinated by the stories hidden within old objects. Whether viewed in a museum, offered at a prestigious auction, or discovered in a family collection, the 1794 flowing hair dollar reminds us that history can survive in the palm of a hand. Its true worth lies not only in what collectors are willing to pay, but also in the remarkable journey it has taken from the earliest days of the United States to the present, where it remains one of the most admired and talked about coins ever produced. Even today, the discovery of an old coin dated 1794 can spark enormous excitement, but experienced collectors know that patience is more valuable than assumptions. Many people inherit old coins from grandparents or uncover them while cleaning attics, old trunks, or family safes. The first instinct is often to believe the coin is worth millions, yet the smartest approach is to protect it from damage and have it examined by professionals. Cleaning an old coin, polishing it until it shines, or trying to repair worn areas can permanently reduce its collector value. The natural aging that develops over centuries is often appreciated because it tells the story of the coin's journey through time. A genuine 1794 flowing hair dollar deserves careful handling, proper storage, and expert evaluation before any decision is made. In the world of rare coins, preserving history is just as important as discovering it. Another fascinating aspect of the 1794 flowing hair dollar is its influence on later American coin designs. Although the flowing hair design was used for only a short period, it established a tradition of placing liberty at the center of the nation's coinage. Over the decades, American coins evolved with new artistic styles, but the idea of representing freedom through liberty remained a defining feature of U.S. money for generations. Collectors often view the 1794 dollar as the starting point of this artistic journey. Holding one is like opening the first chapter of a story that continues through every major era of American history. Its simple yet elegant appearance reminds us that great symbols do not need elaborate decoration to leave a lasting impression on the world. The market for rare coins continues to grow because collectors are drawn to objects that combine history, rarity, and craftsmanship. While prices can rise and fall over time, truly exceptional coins tend to remain highly desirable because there are so few available. Auction houses carefully document each authenticated 1794 flowing hair dollar, recording its condition, ownership history, and unique characteristics before presenting it to collectors. When an outstanding example appears for sale, interest often comes from around the world. Museums, historians, private collectors, and investors all recognize that opportunities to acquire one are extremely limited. This worldwide demand helps explain why the finest examples have achieved extraordinary auction prices, while also reminding us that authenticity and condition remain the most important factors in determining value. If you ever come across an old coin that resembles a 1794 flowing hair dollar, treat it as a piece of history before treating it as a financial opportunity. Avoid harsh cleaning chemicals, store it in a protective holder, and seek opinions from reputable numismatic experts or professional grading services. Even if the coin turns out to be a replica, it may still have educational or collectible value. If it is authentic, proper handling could preserve both its historical importance and its market value. The excitement of discovery is understandable, but knowledge is what ultimately protects collectors from costly mistakes. Every rare coin has a story, and uncovering that story through careful research is one of the most rewarding parts of the hobby. The 1794 flowing hair dollar is far more than an old silver coin. It is a symbol of the birth of American coinage and a lasting reminder of the nation's earliest years. Its rarity, historical significance, beautiful design, and remarkable survival have earned it a place among the most celebrated coins ever produced. While only a small number of authenticated examples have reached record-breaking prices at major auctions, every genuine specimen represents a priceless connection to the past. If you ever discover a coin bearing the date 1794, don't assume it is either worthless or worth millions. Take the time to learn about it, protect it, and have it professionally authenticated. The real treasure is not just the possibility of financial value, but the incredible history resting in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed exploring the fascinating story of the 1794 flowing hair dollar, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey into the hidden history and surprising value of rare coins. Who knows? The next remarkable discovery could already be waiting in your own collection.